Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Debra. I was listening to a video the other day and I heard something on that video and it made me want to make this video to share with you what I saw in that video. So it was something that someone said about that, and I think it's an Abraham Hicks quote, I do believe, where Abraham says a lot that words don't teach. And I absolutely concur with this. I don't think words are enough to teach us. But what I wanted to caveat this with, and maybe I have misheard it, and this was absolutely something I heard someone else say in a video, and I have seen that quote about that words don't teach. But I absolutely wanted to caveat with that, words alone don't teach. Because I can really see from my own journey, I am so eternally grateful for the people and the spiritual teachers that took the time to articulate what they were seeing, to share with me. And like Abraham, the things that Abraham shares, the understanding that he has. Sydney Banks, when I came across Sydney Banks and watched videos with him talking about the role that thought plays in our experience, and when I heard metaphors that pointed me to that, a brilliant metaphor that really helped me on my journey was the metaphor of the cinema. Understanding that when I go to the cinema and the screen is here in front of me and I am watching what is playing out on the screen, what is going on is there is a projection box behind me with a projector in, with a bright light that is, and a film reel. Well, this was before digital cinema, obviously, but there's a film reel and that bright light is shining through that film reel and projecting it onto the screen in front of me, making it look as if it's coming at me. And human experience is very like that. It all goes on inside us in our thinking. Our thinking is like the film reel. Our consciousness is like the light, and the world around us is like the screen. What we are thinking, our consciousness brings it to life and projects it onto the screen to look as if it's happening out there and coming at us. And those words had a profound effect on me. But if we go back to what it was I wanted to say, words alone don't teach. I would totally concur with that. Because if I had just heard those words and then not done anything, not gone out and tested what I was hearing in that, looked at that for myself, looked at the world and thought, okay, if this is a projection of my thinking, what happens if I think differently? What happens if my thoughts are a film reel and this is a film reel that I am watching out here? What happens if I change that thinking, if I think something different? And whether I do that deliberately or whether that is just something that happens within me. If my thinking, if I'm worrying sick about something and overthinking it and thinking about it, what experience? What does the world look like out here? What does my projection look like? The thoughts and how I think about other people. What happens out here when I'm thinking about those people in not such nice terms and when I'm thinking about them in great terms? Those words that I heard, the time that I spent listening and understanding and going deeply, and the nuances of the words that were shared, had a huge impact on me. And then going out into the world and playing around with it, doing something, making the experience my own, was the difference that made the difference. For me, when I came across the principles, one of the reasons that I'm still here making videos like this was because something that had a profound effect on me when I heard these words was sharing them with other people who were potentially interested and on the same exploration as me, and then kind of delving into it, seeing for ourselves what changed our experience, what happened when we understood our experience more, sharing and really playing with it out in the world. And that opened something up in me, playing around as well as hearing the words, not just spending all day sitting listening to other people talking about it, but actually listening, hearing something, and then going out and playing with that for myself out in the world. Hearing, even when we hear people speaking about meditation against not meditating, or when we hear people, I was stuck up in my head, so I went for a walk. What is that pointing to? Hearing those words and hearing those teachings, what I notice is there are times when I go for a walk that it clears my head, and times when it doesn't. So what is that pointing to? What does that teach me about myself, about this power that I have to think? And for me, what it showed was, if it occurs to me, if it feels like a good idea to me, if it is my inspiration that comes through to tell me to go for a walk, it is almost certainly going to work. And in the moments when it doesn't work, what I know is I'm simply caught up in some thinking that will pass. And these teachings, these understandings, these playing with it was life-changing for me. And then, later on, the work of Byron Katie, looking at my thinking, questioning it, when a thought occurred to me that just looked real to me. The work of Byron Katie invites you to, if you have a thought, to ask the question, is that thought true? It had never occurred to me to question my thinking before I listened to Byron Katie. Those words changed something for me. Then when I went and played with that, and I had a thought that gave me a really bad feeling from my understanding of what I'd listened to with Sydney Banks, I'd realised that when I feel bad, that isn't telling me about the outside world. It's telling me about the quality of my thinking from those words, that understanding, that playing around with that. Then hearing Byron Katie say, ask yourself the question, is this true? This thought that I'm having, that this person shouldn't have done that, or the world shouldn't be that way, or this shouldn't be happening. Ask yourself the question, is that true? And really go in deep until a spiritual answer arises in you. I played with that, I practiced that, I did that, and it impacted me. It taught me things. It changed who I am. It changed my very being. So what I really wanted to share here is I totally agree with words don't teach, but they are an integral part of the learning. I would hate to be without people's words. I would hate to be without people sharing what it is they're seeing and what they're playing with and what's going on for them. That to me is a really important part, and is one of the reasons why I continue to make these videos and will be making more videos about the things that I have played with and what impact they have had. And I'm going to invite you to play along too, to give it a go, to see. As much as anything, to see what resonates with you, to see what comes up in you when you hear some words, and then take an action, do something, play with that, create an experience from that out in the world, and just the lived experiences that come up, that happen to you after you have heard something. Things are sparked and come alive and change in you. So I'm absolutely going to be inviting you to do loads of those kinds of things, because although words alone don't teach, they, in my experience, have been an integral part of changing something for me. The words that I hear allow me to play out in the world in a different way, change who I am being, change what I am doing, and change what I end up having. So all of it is a part of this beautiful spiritual experience we are having here. So if you want to connect with me further, if you enjoy my videos and you like these, please do comment, please do share, and please do go and look at the show notes and see if there is any way you want to connect with me further. Have a great day. I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.